Good morning, everyone. Leonard Parker here. Happy hump day. If you're in the Houston area, be safe out there. Looks like it's going to be a rainy day. And just if you don't have to be out on the roads, don't go out. So thanks for tuning in for this video. Today, I'm going to continue my mini series about link building and some different link building tactics you can get started with for your local business, whether you're in Houston, Austin, Dallas, or any city or town in the country. This would apply. So the big focus today are your foundational backlinks. And the way you should approach this is think of your company, of your business as a brand. So when someone Googles your company name or your business name, not only should your website come up, but your Google My Business profile should also come up. Your Facebook page, your Twitter account, your LinkedIn, your company LinkedIn profile, if you have one. And there are quite a few others. But what we want to do is create or establish your company as a branded entity. And brands, they win when it comes to search engine rankings, and of course higher search engine rankings correlates with more traffic to your website. So to start things off, you want to focus on citations. So citations are listings on third-party websites that basically reference your business. And the idea here is, if you're a legitimate business, you're going to have a Google My Business profile. You're going to have a profile on Bing. It's called Bing Places. You're going to have a Yahoo Business profile. You're also going to probably have a LinkedIn company profile or a Superpages profile. And I'll provide a tool. It's called Yext. You can actually get a free scan of all of your business listings. So it'll show up that if you don't have a listing, it'll show that the listing is missing. And if your information is incorrect, it'll also show that information. So take a look at that link in the video description. And in addition to local links, local citations, you also want niche relevant citations. So let's say you're what can we do today? Let's say you're a psychiatrist. You provide psychiatry services to families. There are going to be specific citation sites out there. One that comes to mind is Psychology Today, where if you're a psychiatrist, you should have some type of presence. And some of those sites are going to be premium, so you're going to have to pay to be included on the website. But those are huge when it comes to kind of building your brand and providing potential clients and customers new opportunities or different opportunities to find you. Another example would be if you provide home services. So maybe you're a home services contractor. You clearly want to be on HomeAdvisor because they're everywhere. And that's just great exposure for your business. And not only that, but it's a great way to generate leads away from your website. So, there are certain lists. So I'll share the list of the big local citations you should include your website on. I'll also include a link that will show a list of different niche citation websites. And that link is great because they keep it updated frequently. So not only that, so in addition to those lists, you also want to take a look at let's see here. Let's say you're in Houston, and then Houston, you want to do a search for like Houston Business Directory. So you can see here there are different sites. So it looks like the Houston Chronicle, they have a directory. This Houston Family Magazine has a directory, links to Houston. All of these aren't going to be super high quality. So, what I would suggest is, maybe just look at the first page or two get your business on this on these sites, and from there just kind of move forward with some other strategies. There are different searches you can do. So Houston Business Directory is one. Houston business listings. Let's see what's there. So you might get some of the same websites, but you also might get some new ones here. Yeah, I don't remember seeing my Houstonian on there. So yeah, I would say Houston Business Directory, Houston Business Listing, submit your Houston business. That's a good one. I think those are all good phrases or searches to do if you're looking for those local listings. Now, let's say you want to go the niche route, which I recommend you do a combination of both. And let's say you're an electrician. Electrician, submit listing. Submit listing, yeah. So we see here we have a list of business directory listings that are appropriate for electricians. So business directory, looks like here's another one. Licensing, I think that's something from the state of government or the state of Texas website. Might not be a good one. Yeah, and then again, you also kind of just want to do some searches. So electrician business listing. Let's see what's there. Okay, electrician web 2.0 directory. Yeah, so I think you guys get the gist here. So you kind of just want to play around with those search phrases and see if you can find something, find some really good business directories and websites to list your business. Now, to be honest, as I said, all of these won't be super high quality. So before you submit your listing and consider paying for it, maybe just have a quick look around the website. If it's a lot of garbage, so if it says that it's for electricians, but maybe you see, listings for adult video stores. It might not be nothing against adult video stores, but it might not be the best site to list your company on. So you're just looking for quality and make sure that the site looks good. So that's where I would, that's pretty much it for local citations and niche citations. Now, branded profiles. So these are somewhat related, but these are websites or profiles like setting up a Facebook business page, setting up a LinkedIn company profile for your company, setting up a Twitter account. There are different ways, especially for the social media profiles, where you can connect all of these. So let's say if you're only active on Facebook, well, you can configure these to post directly to your LinkedIn or post directly to your Twitter. I won't go into that in the video, but if you do have questions on that, feel free to leave a comment here in this thread. But you want to make sure that you are setting up those types of profiles, because they add to your brand's weight and kind of just contribute to building your brand equity online. So those are citations, branded profiles. A big thing with these types of websites, you want to make sure that a few things are consistent across. And this is where a lot of businesses, they run into trouble because they're not actively managing this. So let's say you've been in business for 15 years, maybe you've switched locations, but you're on your other profiles online, you never updated your address. Or let's say you just moved into a new location, but that particular address is still associated with an old business that was there, but is no longer there. So I see those types of problems all the time, but there's just a few things you want to confirm. So you want to make sure that your business name is consistent. So let's say if you're Joe Blow Electrician, so that's the name of your website. That's the name of your Google My Business profile. But let's say on your Yelp profile, your name is Joe Blow Electrician, I don't know, LLC. So those are actually inconsistencies uh, because of the LLC at the end. So you want to make sure whatever your official business name is, you want to make sure that it's the exact same across all of your profiles. And I would say if you already have a Google My Business listing, so again, that's this guy here on the right hand side that I'm about to show you. So this guy here, so you usually want to use this as your reference because this is probably your most important profile. So just use your Google My Business as a reference for the name, and really the name, the address, the phone number, and so on, and you should be good to go. So other than business name, of course, address, if you're at the wrong address, people can't find you who need your services, and that's not very friendly to the consumer. So let's say you're at 123 Maple Street. Let's say that's what's on your Google My Business profile. But let's say on your Yelp profile, again, it's 123 Maple Street, Suite 100. So even though it's the same, probably the same building, I think that Suite 100 at the end is an inconsistency. So whatever your address is, basically how you receive mail, that's what you should use for your address. Now, phone number, that's pretty clear, but make sure that it's accurate across the board. And then let's move this out the way. Phone number. I'm not sure why that's not moving out the way. So let's move everything down a bit. So so we did business name, address, phone number, your website. That should be an obvious one. You want to make sure you're using the same website URL on every profile. And then I've also seen some things where zip code can be a factor. So again, this probably really wouldn't be an issue unless you've done a office relocation or a relocation for your company. So just some things to keep in mind, and just make sure that those things are consistent across the board, and you should be fine. Now, moving on to press releases. And I see a lot in the SEO community that press releases don't really have much weight, but it depends on how you use them. So if you're just opening your business, I think a press release, especially targeted to the local community, is a great way to get the word out about your new business and your new offering. And even if you've been in business for 10 years, maybe there's a new service that you're offering, or maybe you're doing an office relocation. Try to find good angles to produce a press release on, because that can be a great way to build exposure to your business, but it can also help SEO. So for your press releases, you want to make sure that for your SEO that you're using either branded anchor text. So anchor text is just whatever text you're using in a link to another site, or what we call naked URLs. So using our friend Joe Blow as an example, so a branded anchor would be Joe Blow Electrician. So it's just the name of the business. Or it can be his name, Joe Blow, or whatever. A naked URL, just as it sounds, it's just the actual URL to his website. So it can be joeblowelectrician.com. It could be www.joeblowelectrician.com. Or, you can add the HTTPS or HTTP in front of it, where it becomes joeblowelectrician.com. And those are your different variations of naked URLs. So if you are using press releases, I do recommend that you focus on just using either branded links or naked URL links, so that so first you're building up your anchor text profile. In addition to that, If you're using like keywords, so let's say Joe Blow is targeting Houston electrician as one of his keywords. Usually when you syndicate a press release, it's going to go out to 50 to 100, if not more, outlets. And having all of those backlinks using Houston electrician, it's really fishy, right? So you want to make sure that you stay away from that. And there are different press release services that allow you to embed a map of your local business address. So you would just embed this guy right here. And if that's possible, if they offer that, I would say go for it. Just providing more information to your potential customer. And if you do have them, also try to embed videos. And one last thing, you actually want to embed what's called your NAP. So that's what we just talked about, your business name, address, and phone number. Okay. And that will really, kind of just get more exposure for your location details. So once you're finished with citations, once you're finished with branded profiles and press releases, you want to look at some other kind of affiliations that you may have. So this could be your alma mater. So for many universities, they have alumni profiles where you can actually put in your profile. Of course, you'll put in what you're working on. You can even include a link to your website, and that can be a great, high authority link to get for your site. Charities, if you're involved with any charities or community activities, maybe try sponsoring the next event, and that can be a great branding for your company. You're giving goodwill back. You're giving good back to the community, and that brings goodwill. And if you are a sponsor, there is a chance where you can get a link back to your website. And then professional groups. So if you're not involved, I recommend joining like your local chamber of commerce or your local BNI group. If you're in any professional association, so the Electricians Association of America. I just made that up, but I think you get the point where you just want to see what's available, what's in the budget, and join what you can. Now, before I end this video, of course, you can do all of these things yourself, but if you're not familiar with SEO, you've never done it before, I recommend maybe hiring a service or at least a freelancer who does have experience with building out citations, building out branded profiles, and doing press releases. There are a lot of press release services out there, so I'll share a few links in the video description. But for your citations and branded profiles, it's really easy to mess this up. So you want to make sure that you do it right. Otherwise, it can cost you money to get things cleaned up if you're not doing things the right way. So that brings me to the end of the video. I hope this has been helpful as you build your online presence, do your foundational link building. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If you haven't yet already subscribed, just click the subscribe button. Try to release videos like this at least a few times a week. And other than that, have a great and productive Wednesday. Take care.